For this exercise, you'll need a ball or a folded pillow, light weights, or water bottles. Place the ball between your knees, and you're going to give it a squeeze, and we're going to do a pelvic tilt at the same time. So as you exhale, tilt and squeeze that little ball. As you can see, I have my hands like down on a little bit inside of my hip bones there. I'm just feeling to make sure I'm activating the right muscles. I'm trying to get that deep inner core, and I want to feel it firm right about there where I'm pressing. So tilt, squeeze at the same time. Good. Okay, grab your water bottles or your little weights. These are 2 pounds. We're doing a bridge, a tricep extension, while squeezing that little ball. Sounds like a lot, but you can do it. Just follow me. As you can see, I'm exhaling as I'm extending my arms. And you can see that because my core gets tighter. See, I just also pulled those shoulders out of my ears. So bring your shoulders down. Keep those hips high. Squeeze that ball. And just do those triceps extensions. You're really just trying to keep the rest of your body very still while squeezing that ball and extending your arms. Keep it going. You're doing great. You always want to exhale at the point of highest exertion. Give a little exhale. Never hold your breath while doing exercises. That creates too much internal pressure, and that's not good for our diastasis recti. Just keep following along. You're doing great. Okay. Okay, now we're going to stand up and do a lunge and an overhead press. Make sure that you aren't leaning forward and that your neck is long and your back is flat and that you aren't holding your breath. Exhale at the highest point of exertion for you. I think for me, I'm exhaling as I go down and I'm inhaling as I'm coming up. I can usually tell by looking at my stomach, as when I exhale, it activates that deep inner core. And make sure that you're not holding too heavy of a weight for this. Just a nice light weight, so not to increase the internal pressure of the abdomen. You're doing great. Keep going. Awesome. Now we're going to do a calf raise with a lateral raise. So I'm exhaling as I'm going up, and I'm inhaling back down. Exhaling back up, inhaling back down. All right, keep it going. You're doing great. Okay, we're going to rotate the palms out, away from your body, and we're going to keep going with the same exercise. It's really important to exhale at the highest point of exertion to really activate the deep inner core and also not to increase internal abdominal pressure. So make sure you're doing that with these arm exercises especially, so you can get that extra workout on the transverse abdominis to close the diastasis recti. All right, you're doing great. The next exercise that we're going to do is a squat plus a row. Now with this exercise, you want to make sure you remember proper form with that squat. You see how my back is flat, my neck is long, and when I pull up for that row, I am not arching my back. You might feel like you'll have the tendency to do that, but don't do that. So over, pull up for that row, and back up. Bend over, pull up for that row, and back up. So you're going to hinge at the hips and exhale and squeeze those glutes as you come back up. Squeeze those glutes back up. Relax your glutes down and squeeze the glutes back up. All right, keep it going. You're doing great. Just continue to check for your form. Wonderful. Let's go on to the first exercise that we did, the ball squeeze with the pelvic tilt. So as you squeeze that ball, give a small pelvic tilt. You want to make sure there's not a big arch in your back, that your ribs are down to the ground. You don't need to use your glutes here. You want to squeeze and tilt. Squeeze and tilt at the same time. You can just give yourself a little check. Make sure you're using the right muscles, the deep inner core. Make sure it's firm right there where I'm touching. All right, let's keep that ball squeeze going, but add a bridge and a tricep extension again. So keep those hips high, squeeze that ball, and extend for that tricep extension. All right, keep it going just like that. Remember, I'm exhaling as I'm extending. You always want to remember to breathe because you don't want to build up that pressure. Exhale and activate the deep core as you extend those triceps, trying to let your hips sag and keep on squeezing that ball. You're doing great. Keep it going. Keep those shoulders down. All right, for this next exercise, we're going to get back up and we're going to do our lunge with the overhead press one more time. Now I'm exhaling down and inhaling back up. But you always want to remember, just exhale at the point of highest exertion and don't hold your breath. Keep your spine nice and straight from the top of your neck down to the low part of your back. So I'm exhaling down and inhaling back up. Back to the calf and lateral raise. And I would exhale up, inhale back down. Exhale up, inhale back down. Make sure to keep your spine nice and long. Keep it going. All right, rotate your arms out. Make sure your palms are facing out. And we're going to keep going with that same exercise. Exhale up, inhale down. Exhale up, inhale back down. Okay, now we're going back into our squat plus row. Now remember, keep your back nice and flat. Keep your neck long. Hinge at your hips. And when you do your row, just make sure that you aren't arching your lower back. You aren't arching. Keep it nice and flat. Keep going. Try to relax your glutes as you go down and squeeze it nice and tight to bring you back up. You're doing great. Wonderful. You did a great job. We're coming to the end now. Last one.